Hi, welcome back. I want to talk to you about readings and asking for pictures or names. When you first begin doing readings, you might, feel kind of lost. When someone sits down in front of you and you know that they want to connect to someone's spirit, and it feels like God. Who could they be? Wanting to connect with. When I first started, a lot of times I'd ask people, who are you looking to connect with? Don't tell me, their names or anything, but just tell me the relationship. Are you looking to connect with a friend, your mom, your dad? And in the beginning, that was really helpful because it gave me a little bit of a focus point to see, okay, let me see if I can reach this person. And then I would just, send out a message, if this person is around, can you please come to me and give me some messages? And 9 out of 10 times that they would come. So it was really helpful. And now I don't really ask for that because a lot of times I'll get the relationship pretty quickly. But I can sense sometimes people wanting to connect with someone that I haven't connected with. So I'll say, did you want to connect with someone that I didn't connect with yet? And they'll be like, yeah, I was really looking to connect with my friend. And I'll say, okay, let me see if she's around. And then I'll ask, and then I'll get things. And if she's around, then I'll get some verifying information that she's around. So there's nothing wrong with asking for that, especially in the beginning, because it can just be a little overwhelming to think, who am I going to connect with? And it's like a little scary. So asking for the relationship or a name is perfectly fine in the beginning. Once you really get the hang of this, you might change things up. I mean, how I started and what I'm doing now is so different. So give yourself that time. It's okay. Some people will ask for a piece of their clothing or an object that belonged to the person that passed over to get information to start them. And that's fine too. Whatever way is comfortable for you. This is your reading. This is your mediumship. This is your special connection, and how you connect to spirit is there's no rules and there's no right or wrong. And some people would say, well, if I ask for the relationship, that's one less thing I can verify. And yeah, that's true. But if that's going to give you a good jumping off point, there are tons of things that spirit can give you. I mean, you just have to ask them. And a lot of times I'll say, I'll be kind of like begging them, if I feel a reading is okay, but maybe not like, I don't know. I didn't feel like I got that much verifying information. I'll say to the spirit, please give me something more. Give me something that they'll really know it's you. Is there anything that you can give me that will definitely be like, wow, that's definitely my mom, or that's definitely my brother. And they'll give me things, and sometimes it'll have that reaction, and sometimes it won't. So then I'll just keep asking the spirit, can you give me more? Can you give me more? And they really do try to give us what we need, but we have to realize that sometimes what we can receive blocks it. So it doesn't mean that you're not a good medium. It just means that your ability to receive what they're saying could be blocked a little bit, or you're not as strong in that area that they may be trying to send you something in a clairsentience way, and that isn't really strong for you right now. So they try to get it to you clairaudiently, and that's a little bit better. So, in the beginning, don't be so hard on yourself, and do what intuitively feels right to you. Some people, when they start a reading, they say a prayer, they light a candle, whatever ritual feels right to you, do. It's your thing, and you get to create it in any way that you want. When I first started doing readings, I really kind of cracked myself up. I would sage the room. For some reason, I felt that the room needed to be really, really neat. I just felt like the spirit's energy needed to be free or something. I don't know. It was kind of like in my mind, I think. I'm not sure. And then I would light a candle, and I would say a million prayers, and I would do all this stuff. And when I look back at it, it was really kind of cute, but not necessary. Definitely not necessary. Now I'm pretty, simple, because I know that spirit is always around me. Don't really have to pray to get them to be around me. And I know that only good spirits come to me. So the act of saging isn't as important to me, but some people really do feel better. And I know I used to feel better after I saged, but I don't, I'll just ask Archangel Michael to please, cleanse and clear me. And then I feel like I'm fine. Or I'll go out for a run and I feel like I'm fine. So again, we all have our own personal little things, and they're all perfect for us, but be you, find what works for you. I think in the beginning I was trying to be all these other people because I thought, well, if I did it their way, then I would be a good medium. And what I really came to find was that being myself was the best way. So now I keep it simple. I have a nice little beautiful scarf that I put out, and sometimes I light a candle and sometimes I don't. If I have a candle there, I'll light it. If I don't, I don't. And I just feel the angels, and I take it from there. So it's not a big deal to me anymore, but it used to be quite the production. I mean, quite the production. So it's okay if it's quite a production. And some people just have their rituals. If you're a card reader and you have your rituals of your psychic readings, that you light candles, you say prayers, or you sage, or there's nothing that's perfect for you. If that resonates with you, we each have to do whatever feels uniquely right for us. So that's really fine. So however you want to do it is just perfect. So any of the ways that help you to start doing the readings, you want to do for yourself. So if saging makes you feel, I know Teresa Caputo, the Long Island medium, she sages before every reading, and that makes her feel ready to go. And she'll say her little spiel, and she says a little prayer. So that's her ritual. So everyone has their own ritual, and so that's really good. Whatever is yours is yours. And Spirit knows. They know when you're preparing for a reading. They see it. They see you. They see what's going on. And it really cues them the minute you start thinking, oh, I have a reading. What do I need? What do I have to get? Oh, I got to get my cards. I got to get my kerchief. I got to get this. It signals them. They know that they're ready. And then the minute you sit and you say to them, okay, I'm going to turn this on now. And some people will actually, before a mediumship reading, will just kind of look at their third eye and open it as seeing their third eye as an actual eye, and open that third eye so to make their clairvoyant really strong. And you can do that, and you could look at a little light switch and say, okay, I'm turning my mediumship on now, and begin clearing out your mind so that you can receive the messages from Spirit. And then when you're done with the reading, you can actually turn off the light and leave, because you don't want to you want a beginning, a middle, and an end. You don't want to feel like you're open. Not that you would be open. I don't think that that's true either. But it's nice to have closure for yourself that, okay, this is over now, and now I go back to being me. When I am doing therapy, the spirits are just so respectful of that. They very rarely ever come into a therapy session. They just don't. Sometimes I'll see somebody pop in, but they'll pop in and they just sit with the person. And because in the beginning I was like, oh my God, someone just popped in, and it kind of startles me, because I'm like, oh my goodness, am I supposed to do a reading? I can't do a reading. I'm doing a therapy session. So I would ask, who is this? Who's here? And I get no information. And I'd be like, are you a relative? Are you a guy? Like, who are you? And I get no information. And then I realized that it's their spirit people just offering their love and support. They just want to sit with them, because most of the time that they popped in were times when that person was crying or upset, and they would pop in for the support. That's what they were popping in for. And it took me years to figure that out, that that's what was happening. But that's what was happening. So the spirit world is super, super respectful. They know it's therapy, and they know when I'm doing a mediumship reading. They know. And because I ask, because I turn to them and I look up and I look at my spot at the wall from my movie screen, and I just receive, so it's very different than a therapy session. And I do receive in therapy sessions too, but I receive more from the angels. The angels really are my co-therapists. because they're just the best therapists around, So anything that they have to say, they always point me in the right direction. And as much as our friends and family and spirit would love to do that, I don't know. There's something different with the angels. They just know what's best, and they know, in our hearts what we need. So their direction seems very different, to me, for my clients, than the direction that I get, from our spirit people. Our spirit people mostly just want to say, "Hi, I'm here. I'm in your life. I love you very, very much. And I'm enjoying watching your life. I'm enjoying everything that you're doing. And I mostly enjoy when you're happy. And I mostly enjoy, when you're good to yourself and you're nice to yourself. And, that's what our spirit people really want our loved ones to know. So the spirit people's agenda is really pretty simple, and yet we're asking for, verifying information, and they just want to come in and kind of love up the person that is sitting with you. So, it's such an interesting experience, and you're going to feel that for yourself. So, just remember, it's okay, if you want to ask for a name, or if you want to ask for, if you want to start with a little bit of a jump start by getting a name or holding somebody's object, or anything like that. Okay? All right. Have a good day.